There we go. Hooked up again. How's it going today, everyone? Creek Crawler here. Just got back to Ohio. Made my way home from Oklahoma. Had an incredible experience. Got to hang out with some awesome folks at the Airbnb on Lake 10 Killer. Had an incredible time. Tournament didn't go how I wanted, but you know, look at the bright side. I got to qualify for one of the biggest kayak tournaments that you can ever possibly be a part of. So I'm super blessed and privileged to be a part of that, event. So that was cool. We're back home. It's 50 degrees. I just made a pit stop at this river. Looks super dirty and cold, but we're going to give it a shot. But yeah, stay tuned for the action. Let's see if we can't catch fish today, guys. Let's go. This place looks freaking sweet. Gonna have about an hour and a half to fish. Toss around swim bait. See if we can't get something. I'll show you what I'm throwing the trace on. It's just my normal setup. I just use a 7.3 medium heavy fast action rod with a Tatula Elite 8-to-1, and I got it paired up with 14 pound. 14 pound is what I've found to be one of the best matchups for this particular bait. It doesn't impede the action. You can burn this thing super fast without blowing it out with this thinner line diameter. But yeah, that's just my setup. We're gonna pitch it down here at the river for a few minutes and see if we can get anything. The water's super muddy and kind of cold, but one of the guys said he was catching walleye and crappie along the bank, so we'll burn this around and see what happens. Oh, we're hooked up, I think. What we got here? Got ourselves a walleye on the trace. It's my first. Check that out. That's awesome. Alright, let's get him unhooked here. He ate the back treble pretty dang good. Heck yeah, my first walleye on the trace. That's pretty cool. A little 14-incher down here. There you go, buddy. Heck yeah, let's freaking go. There we go. Hooked up again. Oh my God, it's a giant smallmouth. Oh my God. Chill out, dude. That's a giant. Holy smokes. Freaking choked the trace. Look at that. All right, we got the trace out. It's probably a Fish Ohio. At least we're gonna let him go, but holy smokes, look at that smallmouth. He's over 18, probably 18 3/4. Let's get a good release. This water is freaking cold too. All right, buddy. Look at that, y'all. Freaking giant. Right there on the trace, and this water is freezing. Here you go, buddy. Let's go. We'll kind of break down how I just did this here on the river. If you can notice that super fast moving water right here, this little island, see how this water is kind of moving slower and it's super quick out there. Well, right here, there's a little drop off transition between some deeper water and this little shallow flat, and it's probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet or so. Kind of shallow. You can see where the water is breaking on the rocks all across here. Well, I caught both of those fish just chilling up here on this transition point between deep water and shallow. So whenever you go to your rivers, look for these kind of situations where you got fast moving water, kind of like an eddy situation right here, not like something that's super obvious, but you can tell how this water is just kind of slack, and so you can see the current moving and the current seam right there. So look for that on your rivers, and that's where I picked both my fish up. But I got to get home. I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, we're going into action down here on the river. Pretty freaking sweet. I came down here, honestly didn't really think I was going to catch anything, but I found a nice current seam and about 1.5 feet of water, and it's moving super slow. And I threw the trace out there in this little eddy, and there's apparently fish up on the flats. I caught my first walleye ever on the trace. That was freaking cool. And then a couple casts later, I catch a giant smallmouth. It was probably pushing 19 inches. It was super long, a beast of a river smallmouth on the trace, just slow rolling it across this little shallow flat eddy. It was freaking awesome. Hey, you can't ask for much more than that. A little 1.5 hour pit stop at the river, but I got to get back home to the wife and kids. I've done plenty of fishing the past week or so. If you'd like to grab some Waterlands, I have the description below to get your Waterland shades for the season. The bed fishers are my favorite shades of all, especially when I'm in the creek and river sight fishing for smallmouth and largemouth. That's just the frames and style that I like. So go pick some up, use my code, save some cash. Go to vanceoutdoors.com. My code is still valid for my subscribers, and I want you to take advantage of that. It's going to be down in the description as well when you submit an online order. 15% off fishing gear, rods, reels, lines, and lures. Anything that isn't already clearance or on sale, you get 15% off, and that's huge. That's really unheard of. So go take advantage of that. I appreciate everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys out in the water. Let's go!